educate you about Over the Rhine Community Housing. This is a nonprofit that helps men, women, and children in poverty. The mission statement is, Over the Rhine Community Housing is a nonprofit organization that works to build and sustain a diverse neighborhood that values and benefits low-income residents. We focus on developing and managing resident-centered, affordable housing in an effort to promote an inclusive community. Their employees, volunteers, and money. They have had 400 volunteers. The revenue from last year was $2,436,054. Their expenses from last year were $2,540,932. The primary source of revenue is income from paying rents. Their secondary source of revenue is grants, and they have 35 paid employees.
If Over the Rhine Community Housing got the grant, they said that we would spend $500 of this grant to purchase the art supplies so the Children's Creative Corner will be able to do a larger amount of art projects. We would spend the other $500 of this grant to fund our volunteer program. Each week, dozens of volunteers donate their time and energy to assisting our nonprofit with community and building cleanup projects. We are always in need of cleaning supplies like mops, scrub brushes, sponges, rubber gloves, soap, all-purpose cleaner, floor cleaner, and trash bags. $500 would purchase 3 months' worth of cleaning supplies. The Over the Rhine Community Housing also has a variety of programs to help people in poverty. The first program is the volunteer program. This is where volunteers come to Over the Rhine to learn about their organization's work, why they do it, and to lend a hand by volunteering. Volunteers help complete service projects that directly benefit the residents and the community. The next program is supportive housing. Supportive housing is where they have several buildings for people who were recently homeless and/or have struggled with substance abuse. The last program that they have is the Children's Creative Corner, and this is where an after-school art program that allows children who live in the apartments to take art classes for free twice a week. Also, Over the Rhine Community Housing provides counseling and services to assist people in getting back on their feet.
The people who benefit from these services are children who live in their housing because their parents have limited budgets, retired and elderly adults, disabled veterans, single adults who work full-time and earn minimum wage rent apartments from OTR, and men and women. So far this year, the revenue has been $0 and the expenses have been $0. That's because, number one, it's the start of the year. Number two, not very many people know about this organization and will donate. That's why we're going to give this $1,000 grant to them so they can start renovating a new building like one of these, so they can provide more apartments for people to live in that are lower price, so it's easier on that. And they have also had 72 volunteers last year and have completed more than 20 service projects overall, like buildings, again, renovating them, and creating lots of apartments for people to live in.
Progress in 2011 in a 6-month residency, alcohol drinkers reduced their usage by 64%. They've reduced crime rate and reduced the cost of health care.
Their total revenue is roughly $3.5 million. Their total expenses is roughly $3 million, and their total profit is about $500,000.
Okay, so for morning of service, Over the Rhine Community Housing is going to have an activity, and Matt Minkoff, Lydia, and I are going to be in charge of it. We're going to be making Rice Krispie treats to give to the residents once we go there later on that day, because they don't get treats more than once a year.
Please sign up if you're interested. After this presentation, we are going to have a short YouTube video of some Over the Rhine personal experiences.
Over the Rhine Community Housing helped me get in a handicapped apartment when I lost my leg in 2009.
Then you got condominium here. Wherever you afford to live, you should be able to live in the area that you should be able in the same area as anyone else down here, no matter.
I might become emotional because I really take pride into Over the Rhine Community Housing.
And what they've done for me, and I think, is give you a place to live and a safe place to live. Oh!